Hi, I'm Ed. I'm here to do a technical analysis on a interesting looking chart on a company called USHA Resources. The charts I'm using today are listed on the Toronto Exchange, and of course it's also listed on the US markets. But we'll focus on the Canadian chart today. It's an interesting chart in the sense that it's going from the left bottom of the chart to the right top corner of the chart. Generally, that means over time, over the last 2.5 years, that means it's been in an uptrend. So, which means higher highs and higher lows. There's not a lot of historical data on this company. It's only been around for about 2.5 years, but the trends look positive. If you look at this main chart right here, there's a green line and the red line. The red line acts as major support, and the green line is a shorter resistance level. But overall, the two lines are pointed upwards, and that's a good sign. It has a bit of congestion right here at the top right-hand corner, if you see where my cursor is. From going back to about December of 2021, we peaked out, and we've been sort of going sideways since. And right now we're just sort of, I guess the best way to describe it is we're consolidating within an uptrend. And as long as that continues, it looks fairly bullish. If I look at the volume going back since early March or late February, early March, you notice the volume has been increasing. And that's always a good sign. When you have a chart or a stock price that's going up on rising volume, that's always good. That's a positive. Going on to the next chart here, think as a technician or as a chartist or an investor, for stocks like these, smaller cap stocks like these, you really want to know where the sellers are. And the sellers are represented by these blue horizontal rectangles. And give an example how it works. So if we were down here, say back in mid 2019, the stock price was around 13 cents. And you'll notice how quickly the stock moved up because there was very little supply or resistance represented by these blue rectangles. So that's why you shot up quickly. Then you'll note here in around mid 2020, you'll see how the stock started to consolidate. In other words, this upward movement was sort of halted. And the reason why is because this rectangle here represents sellers going back to early days, late 2018. So we kind of stalled out here a little bit. And another example how this particular chart description works is that notice when you got above this blue rectangle here, that was the end of the block of sellers for that period. And notice how it jumped up. And it jumped up and it stopped here at this next group of supply or sellers. And we have since broken through that. We've broken through another level here. And now we're just sort of in a consolidation. As I said earlier, we're consolidating in an uptrend. And now we're waiting for the next step to take the stock to the next level. And that next level would be at the 38 to 40 cents level. So if USHA share price could break above 38 to 40 cents, then I think you'll start to see some excitement because just by looking at the overall chart, it looks to be the share control seems to be fairly tight. And there's an old saying that in charting that once you break out to all-time highs, there's nothing more bullish than breaking out to all-time highs. It should be easy sailing for this chart, but we have to get above that 40 cents level before we can give it the go-ahead. But overall, the trend is up.